In this video, we are going to learn about triggers in MySQL. Okay, so let's learn what this concept triggers is all about. In MySQL, a trigger is a stored program invoked automatically in response to an event such as insert, update, or delete that occurs in the associated table. For example, you can define a trigger that is invoked automatically before a new row is inserted into a table. So, in easy language, a trigger is a program. Okay, it is a program that is invoked automatically. So, uh, so you can just set that trigger in response to an event such as insert, update, or delete. So let's say whenever you insert any row, so at that time you can set that trigger that before inserting or after inserting, just invoke this trigger. So it will be automatically invoked, but you can set the trigger at that moment. Or you can set the trigger even before an update or after update statement, or before a delete statement or after a delete statement. Okay, that is up to you. For example, even let's say you can define a trigger that is invoked automatically before a new row is inserted. So whenever a new row is inserted into a table, so before that the trigger can be invoked. So you can define accordingly. MySQL support triggers that are invoked in response to the insert, update, or delete in event. So MySQL do support triggers that are invoked in response to these statements. The SQL standard defines sorry, two types of triggers, row level triggers and statement level triggers. So basically, as I said, that SQL is a standard format for all DBMS designers, developers. So basically, SQL standard defines two types of triggers. We have row level and statement level. So let's understand row level. A row level trigger is activated for each row that is inserted, updated, or deleted. So whenever a new row is inserted or deleted or updated, a row level trigger is activated. For example, if a table has 100 rows inserted, updated, or deleted, the trigger is automatically invoked 100 times for the 100 rows affected. So it will be invoked for the each row that is affected. Now, whenever a row is inserted, deleted, or updated, so for that the trigger will be invoked. But a statement level trigger is executed once for each transaction, regardless of how many rows are inserted, updated, or deleted. So let's say if I am firing any query that is affecting 100 rows, so the statement level trigger will be executed only once. Okay, it executes once for each transactions. Okay, but if I go for row level triggers, it will be executed 100 times because 100 rows are getting affected. Okay, so that is the difference between row level and statement level trigger. MySQL support only row level triggers. It does not support statement level triggers. Okay, so we have to go for row level triggers. We don't have any other option. So basically, if I conclude, uh, so basically, let's understand this concept with an analogy. Let's say if I'm running an organization and every day there are 1000 to 2000 employees that are getting hired in my company. Now the duty of the HR is to send some emails to all the new joinees. Now if it were one or two employees, it would be easier for the HR to send emails manually. But let's say if there are 1000 to 2000 employees that are getting hired each day, so sending emails to all the 1000 people manually is a very difficult task. So in such a case, we can set a trigger. So the trigger will automatically send that email to all the new joinees. So what we can do is we can just define that trigger before insert or after insert. So as soon as I insert any new row, just send this email to that person. So we can do like that. So triggers basically makes our task much easier. In easy language, I could say we are just automating the process, and it acts like a functions, the functions that we saw in our PHP programming. So same way here we have triggers. They are just the block of code that are executed whenever an event occurs. Event means whenever insertion, updation or deletion occurs, but you need to define it. If you are just defining it for before insertion, then it will only be triggered when you are inserting any row. Okay, so I hope this concept is now clear. Basically, triggers are programs that are invoked automatically. Okay, so this was all about triggers in MySQL, and in the next video, we are going to learn how to create triggers in MySQL. We will be looking at the syntax and we will learn it practically. Thank you.